Hello, friends. I'm Louie Louie, and today I'll talk about a new release, a very awaited release. In fact, Triplicate by Bob Dylan. Triplicate is a triple, yes, a triple album in which Bob Dylan lends his voice to a lot of American standards. I think that 30 years from now, if I ever make a top 5 video about the most bizarre music releases, Triplicate will be on the list. This because Bob Dylan had already released two albums in the same style, Shadows in the Night, 2015, and Fallen Angels, 2016, both basically composed of songs recorded by Frank Sinatra, which means American standards. And I think nobody was expecting a triple album following the same framework of the two previous albums, ultimately making it a quintuple anthology released by Bob Dylan in little more than 2 years, I think. Something really unexpected, and in fact. And first of all, I'll have to say that his voice sounds good. Of course, when I say good, it's good in a Bob Dylan style. I think he prepared himself to pay respect to that set of songs, a set that is practically untouchable. His voice is something like more, I don't know, maybe a more sentimental blending with this type of music. And secondly, and it pleased me, he puts his signature on each and every song recorded, very different from, for example, what Rod Stewart did when he recorded his American songbooks with traditional and somewhat boring arrangements. Bob Dylan in turn puts his own style on his recordings, and I think this is very cool. Almost all the songs were recorded by Bob Dylan and his quintet, formed by Tony Garnier on bass, Charlie Sexton and Dean Parks, both on guitar, Johnny Herron, steel guitar, and George Richelli on drums, which means no excess. Maybe you don't like Bob Dylan's versions, but you have to admit that Triplicate is a very important album, stamped with Bob Dylan's very, very personal signature, a signature by a real artist. And Triplicate is Bob Dylan's 38th studio album and was released on March 31st. The album features 30 tracks in 3 discs. It is the first triple studio album released by Bob Dylan, but despite being a triple album, Triplicate features a little over 90 minutes of music in all. And now I will talk a little about each disc of this beautiful box. The first disc is called Till the Sun Goes Down. I like the first track very much. I guess I will have to change my plans. It's played in a restrained big band style. This track, in my opinion, is something like a joke, the title, like Bob Dylan was saying, oh, I like it so much to record the last 2 albums with songs penned by other writers that instead of recording an original album, I will once again record songs by other people and fill 3 entire albums with it. The disc features a lot of classic songs like the September of My Years, written by Jim Van Heusen and Sammy Cahn. In fact, Sinatra recorded dozens and dozens of songs composed by the duo. My favorite track of this first disc is Stormy Weather by Harold Arlen, another Sinatra favorite. The arrangement is so beautiful, so intense. Another track, I Could Have Told You, the first album single, also written by Jim Van Heusen, is another great song, as well as That Old Feeling in each bass player, Tony Garnier, he shows everything he's capable of doing. The second disc is Devil Dolls. Its first track, Bragging, which I didn't know until listening to Bob Dylan's version. I liked it very much. Actually, Bragging is the only song on Triplicate that was not recorded by Frank Sinatra. The arrangement is very, very lively and joyful. This song makes me want to dance, indeed. The second track is gorgeous. I'm talking about As Time Goes By, the classic song written by Herman Hupfeld. I adore the version recorded by Carl Simon in 1987. I listened to her recording a lot in my childhood. How Deep is the Ocean by Irving Berlin is another great song here, beautifully recorded by Bob Dylan, as well as The Best Is Yet to Come, another classic recorded by Frank Sinatra, and also Tony Bennett, the great Tony Bennett. On this Bob Dylan recording, the song written by Cy Coleman turns into a blues, very beautiful blues. But beautiful, another great song, another beautiful song like Here's That Rainy Day. Let's go to the third disc, Coming Home Late. The disc begins with Day In, Day Out by Johnny Mercer. Also by Mercer, the lovely When the World Was Young. From this disc, Stardust, written by Hoagy Carmichael, is my favorite one. This song was also recorded in 1977, I think, by Willie Nelson. Finally, the last track, Why Was I Born? A philosophical question by Jeremy Kern and Oscar Hammerstein. In all, Triplicate is a very interesting triple album, sometimes a little tiring, in fact, because I think 30 songs is too much, but it's still a good album, nonetheless. And will Bob Dylan record the sixth volume? That's a good question. So that's what I wanted to say about this new release. And what about you? Did you like Triplicate? Do you think it's better than Shadows in the Night or Fallen Angels? Do you prefer Bob Dylan singing other people's or his own songs? I don't know. Please leave your comment and see you soon. Bye bye.